Hi guys, today I want to speak about some communication tips that we can use daily to build and maintain strong relationships. I'm sure that we all know it in our heads, but we sometimes forget or we just don't think about it and we go about our day on automatic and just do things without thinking. So today I want us to be more thoughtful of the process of communication in relationship and the importance of communication in relationship. Communication is basically the lifeblood of relationship, guys. Without communication, it's pretty much downhill from there because we have to communicate with each other to be able to live our lives in a healthy way. And communication really is for every single relationship, but specifically today I'll be speaking in terms of more intimate relationships, which is very important. So why is it that communication is important? Well, it keeps the couple connected to each other. They feel that a strong connection to each other, and and it also creates a deeper intimacy between the couple, or between, as I say, it can be for everyone. It also allows the couple or the people in that relationship to be able to discuss difficult subjects, difficult problems that when they come up, because every relationship has some type of challenge, and so if you have a good communication between both of you, then you're able to really speak about difficult subjects. It also, as I mentioned before, creates a strong bond overall between couples and between anyone that has a relationship and they're trying to really build and maintain strong relationships. So for couples specifically, what would this type of communication look like? Well, basically, most people they have different types of communication. There is the verbal, which is now I'm speaking with you, but there's also the non-verbal, which is more a body language thing, right? So when we are talking to each other, when we are speaking to each other, there's also another component to that, to understanding what that person is saying, and that's the nonverbal. There's also the written way of communicating to each other by texting or sending emails or writing letters, which not many people do these days. But these are different ways of communicating with each other. And we can use all of these different modalities to really communicate and build healthy relationships and connection with our partners and with each other. So for as I'm specifically speaking to couples right now, how can we do that? Well, we can just take time. Time is so important to just, you need time when you're communicating if you want to really communicate in a healthy way, because sometimes you have to rush and do things, which is fine, but if it's a serious subject area that you're going to be speaking of, you need to take time out. And it means that you take time out from your phone, your TV. You're not going to sit in front of a TV and have your phone scrolling through stuff and trying to communicate about a difficult area in your life that you're struggling with your partner. You need to put those things away. You need to kind of remove yourself from around other people, so you don't get distracted, or they don't come and kind of distract you while you're in the process of discussing, usually verbally at that time. And of course, remember that it's two components when you're actually communicating with someone. It's the verbal, what comes out of the person's mouth, but also what is happening in their body language. Okay, so you want to remove yourself from just be in a place where that both of you can just really focus on each other and the issue. And remember, guys, that respect for each other is paramount in good communication, because the moment somebody feels disrespected, they're going to just shut down and not want to hear anything that you have to say. So both partners must be respectful of each other's opinions, and especially when there's a discussion that's around subjects that are difficult, there is going to be there are going to be different subjects that they're discussing, or areas they're not going to agree on, right? And sometimes you have to compromise or agree to disagree, right? But come to some common solution that you can move forward, because this is going to happen in every single relationship, whether it be intimate relationships or just relationships in family relationships or work relationships. Okay, but respect is the most important thing, that you have to really speak in a respectful manner to each other. The next thing is just make sure that what you're saying, your body language, is also in alignment with what you're saying, right? And also the next component is written. So when you're writing, I think I did a video not too long ago on communication, written communication. When you're writing something, if your partner or somebody asks you 3 questions and you answer one of them, that is not proper communication. You need to answer all 3, or at least say to the person that you're going to get back to them on those other 2 that you didn't answer, right? Because what happens is that the brain fills in the gap. The brain does not like unanswered questions. It needs to have an answer to questions. And so once there's a missing component from something that you asked someone and they didn't answer it, the brain comes up with some kind of an answer for itself. And usually it's not a good response. It's usually in a negative response that the brain chooses, right? So it's best to just say, guys, or whoever, honey, let me get back to you on these 2 things. I don't have the answers right now. But don't just answer one thing, because what it's saying is, the brain is going to just come up with the other person's brain is going to come up with some kind of solution. Okay. The next thing is always show, just in a couple relationship, it's important. A lot of us, when we get into relationship, and especially long-term relationships, we tend to take each other for granted. So communication, even though it's verbal, written, or even by body language, there are simple things that we can do to build and maintain strong relationships. And it's actually spending time together that we can actually just talk about any and everything. A relationship should give each person the freedom to be able to speak about anything they want to do, as long as they do it in a respectful manner. Because if you cannot speak about certain things with your spouse or your partner, you're going to go somewhere else to speak to, and to someone else. And when that person listens, you're going to develop a kind of emotional intimacy with that person, especially if it's someone from the opposite sex. So we want to try to really reduce that possibility from happening, so that is going to play havoc on your relationship. Okay, so another thing I want to mention in communication in relationships is that a lot of people as well, a lot of couples, when they get into long-term relationships and they're there for a while, they forget what it took to get this person. At the beginning, this person would send little love notes, and during the day they'd text and say, honey, I miss you, looking forward to see you later, whatever it is, or how is your day going, whatever it might be. And people stop doing that. Couples stop doing that once they get into a certain routine in their marriage or relationship. And these are the things that after a while, now you start living like roommates instead of intimate partners, right? These things, you have to be able to keep that bond, that love healthy and strong, to maintain that level of attraction that you had for each other in the beginning. It's not automatic. Relationships take work. It's an investment. And remember, guys, whatever you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So communication is really a very important aspect of a healthy relationship, and it means that you have to be respectful. It means that you have to take time and spend with your partner. It means that you go out too and you have different experiences, meaning somebody might go and play, maybe they do dancing, or they might do play tennis or something, or with their friends, or but they have something different. Maybe they're pursuing a hobby or pursuing a passion that they have. So each partner will come back with something that's interesting to discuss. But it's important that you you spend the time to really just get to know each other and their the intimate things about each other's lives, and that takes time. It takes time, and it means that you don't spend it all the time having when you're having a conversation that you're in front of the TV, and that sometimes you just need that quality time, just a one-on-one thing together to spend time with each other. So guys, sometimes communication, the nonverbal part of it is that you're going out and or your partner comes back from work and you give them a kiss, or you give them a hug, or even when they're just passing them inside the house somewhere, you give them a hug. Partners need to feel connected to each other, and these are just little tips, and they are communication tips. You might not be there, but there are different types. It will be verbal. You can say it, or you can actually do it by a hug or a kiss, or sometimes little notes, written notes. And so there are different ways of communicating with your partner. So guys, I hope that you, by the way, also, I would love for you to comment below and say maybe some of the things that you use to keep close to your partner, some of the communication tips. You can share it with others who may read this or listen to this. And also, please like and share my videos with somebody who you believe that might learn something, because as I said earlier, most of these things are really something that we all know. We all know, and we have done in the beginning maybe of our relationships, but we tend to forget after a while and take each other for granted. And so I just want to kind of use this to serve as a reminder to really just don't take your partner for granted, and to use these different communication tips that I gave to be to just kind of maintain that healthy romantic relationship that you had in the beginning. All right, guys, so take care. This is Christine. Please subscribe to my channel as well, so that every time I upload a new video that you will get a notification. All right, and I thank you for listening, and I wish you the very best for today. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.